Hi everyone, Hervin here. Tomorrow my wife and I are flying out to Vegas because on Friday, 2 days from now, I'm going to be attending a one-day event with Alex Hormozi and 10 other entrepreneurs. The goal for this event is that Alex's team and Alex himself have prepared a game plan to scale our company. They're going to give each of those entrepreneurs in that room a specific game plan to scale their company. And we're going to be one of them. Super pumped. And so I've been preparing the questions that I have, or at least like in my mind, the things that I want to get out of this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to share with you where we're at in the company, what we need help with. I just want to document these things right now. I am going to be transparent and vulnerable about what we're facing at the moment. And yeah, so as you can see here, last November or something, we went to this workshop with Alex Hormozi and his team to learn how to scale our company. And in there, they offered this opportunity to sign up for this one-day event with Alex. And we decided to jump into it. We are at a point in our business where we need help. So the biggest bottleneck right now is just attracting clients, is generating sales. We're not attracting many new clients each month. And so that is something obviously that we need to fix. This has come from the fact that for many years we were growing organically through word of mouth, but then many competitors came into the scene. So at the beginning we were alone. We didn't have any competitors. What we were doing was very unique. So we are a marketing agency that specifically helps dance studio owners, similarly to how Alex Hormozi used to help gym owners. Well, he wasn't a marketing agency. We are. We've done like a lot of done for you service to help our clients with generating leads and setting up their automations. So we help dance studio owners. And at the beginning, when we first started helping this niche, nobody was doing what we were doing. Now a lot of competitors have come up. Our word of mouth has tremendously slowed down, and we want to figure out a way to acquire clients. Like what used to work for us in the first 2-3 years isn't working as well as it used to. So we got to figure out a way to attract clients. But on top of that, we also need to figure out a way, this is even more important, to differentiate ourselves from our competitors and position ourselves in a way that what we're offering feels unique to us and that is hard to compete with, right? So we don't want to be just another marketing agency or another person who helps with, generating leads or something like that, or helping with automation, because these things by now have been becoming more and more popular and more commoditized. So we are trying to figure out, okay, how do we position ourselves in a way that separates us from our competitors in a way that suits our strengths, our inclinations as a company, that fits, what our strengths are, and in a way that is hard to copy for our competitors. So for me, I have an idea of what that is. I think where we need to focus is on the support side of things, being able to support our clients better than everybody else. And we've been trying. We haven't gotten there as our support is good, but it isn't like as good as I think it can be. And I hadn't, up until now, up until recently, I didn't have any ideas as to how to improve this. But ever since I came back from this workshop, it hit me that some changes needed to happen. So I'm curious if they're going to validate this on Friday. So anyway, let me share with you the questions that I've prepared. So the first one is, what is our offer, right? Like right now, if you go to our website, you can see our pricing plans and our pricing structure. Let me take you to our website here a second. Okay, so here we are on our website, and you can see here the pricing. So we have software options and services. So we have services. So you can think this is software and this are people. And so for our software, we have automation. We have an automation plus ads launcher that makes it real easy for our clients to launch their own ads. And then for our services, we have help from a client success manager who can meet with our clients once a month and give them support, show them best practices, teach them, show them where they're missing opportunities, show them what they could be doing to generate more revenue. Overall, this is a very valuable service because these client success managers are meeting with tons of clients. They're figuring out what's working across the board for everybody, and they could bring that knowledge to our clients. So it's very beneficial. So we have this as a service. Then we have ads consulting or ads consulting plus ads maintenance. Essentially, it's like whether we give ad consulting to our clients, letting them know what they need to be doing with their ads, or we do it for them. So these are services that we provide. But right now, it's a little bit complicated to explain how this all works like even just then, I'm not even sure if he got it, but yeah. So these are our tools. And on top of the tools, you can add our services. So, it may sound straightforward, but sometimes it can get a little confusing. Like, what am I paying for? What if I just want this and that and I don't want that? Anyway, so we did this because we wanted to offer flexibility to people. Maybe some people just wanted automation. Maybe some people just wanted to do it themselves. Maybe some people just wanted somebody to manage their ads, but they did not want to meet with somebody once a month. So in any case, we did that so that we would give people options, and it's been working fine. But if somebody has automation by itself, or they don't have a client success manager, they haven't been meeting with people consistently, and those are clients that are at higher risk of churning because nobody's talking to them, right? And on top of that, if they're just using our automations and they're not generating leads because they don't know how, and they're not getting help with their ads, or they're not getting help with or they're not using our ads launcher, maybe they're not launching ads, they're not generating leads, they're not seeing the value of our platform, and boom, now they churn. So this is something that has been happening. So in the past, our churn, so in the first 3 years, we barely had, we didn't have anybody leave us. It was incredible. Like maybe 2% a year or something. I don't know. It was just super low. And now our churn, transparently, it's increased. So I'm going to read you here a couple of tickets from our clients. So you have this client right here, and I'm going to blur this out. Obviously, just I want to make sure that this information stays like that, confidential. But you can see here, I like to close my StudioHub account. They're transferring to a competitor. Yeah, another business owner right here. Hey, I'm writing to cancel my StudioHub account. As of today, we've had a great experience with StudioHub and I'm happy with the product. However, because of the competition, we are now going with them because of pricing. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it a little bit vague. So that's another example of somebody canceling. Another business owner right here. I hate to do this, but I need to cancel my StudioHub at the end of this month. It's costing me too much at this point. I have really enjoyed it, but having to step back a little, and then if in the future it works out again, you will be the company I will call. Thank you. You're great. Okay. So all of these people, by the way, that have been canceling that I just read you, they've all been having great results with us. They've all have had a positive experience, good results. They don't have anything to complain. They just left because of the competitors were offering something that they thought was similar, which is a problem. So for example, for us as a company, if we say we offer automation, right? And our competition says we offer automation as well, even if their automation is terrible and it's not intuitive and it's hard for them to use and nobody gets really good results with them, our clients compare automation here versus automation there. This one is cheaper. So I'm going to go with the cheaper option. There is no differentiation that is tangible that I can say here's what I can point to that is different. Even though we know our clients get better results because we have the results to prove it. It's hard to explain it tangibly. It's hey, we get better results, but it's but they're offering automation. You're offering automation. So from that perspective, it's been hard to differentiate ourselves. And on top of that, another problem too that we've experienced is that clients take for granted the results that we help them get. So we've had many clients where once we've told them the results that we were able to help them get, they were surprised and couldn't believe how much they've grown since they started with us. Just to give you an example, so every month, I mentioned that we have this service called the Client Success Manager right here, Client Success Manager. And sometimes clients have these meetings with our client success managers once a month, but these clients are already doing great. They don't need to do anything a particular month. So for example, it's the middle of the year, things are going great, the ads are working, everything is working, their numbers are up, they don't need to change anything. They just need to keep doing what they're doing, and things are working. They should just stay focused. So during these months, the client success managers don't have much to talk to them about. They don't have things to say hey, you should be doing this or that or try this, because they're doing everything and everything is working great. So for these people who are already doing great, these client success managers were man, I still need to talk to them about something. So what they started doing is something called quarterly reviews, where they would review the account and the results and the return on their investment. And clients were were able to see like, hey, this is where you were at when we first started. This is where you're at now. How does it compare to last year? And they were like, oh my God, we've grown so much. Oh my God, like this is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know that this was like, I didn't know I was doing so good and that this were the results I was getting. And doing that like puts it into perspective for the clients, the amount of results that we were able to get them. And it wasn't until that point that they consider like, man, this company is helping me make so much money. So that is easy to be taken for granted, and that is a problem. So for me, I'm trying to think about like, how do I solve that problem where it's not the amount of value that we're actually delivering, because that is good, but it's the perceived value. Even though we're providing value, they're not knowing that they're getting all this value, and they're not seeing their results, and they're not like, we're not making them aware. So we take that to be our responsibility. So anyway, I've been thinking about things to improve that. So one of the ideas that I have is to make a higher touch service where instead of meeting with clients once a month, they get to meet with our client success once a week. And instead of doing, so I have a few ideas. Like instead of right now, when it comes to ad consulting and ads maintenance, this is not a client facing service where our clients don't get to see how we're maintaining their ads. So that's another problem when it comes to perceived value. Like we do all of the work on the back end and we change their ads if needed. But if they're working great, we don't do anything. And we just send them an email like, hey, the ads are performing great. We're not going to change them. And so sometimes clients get 4 emails back to back saying like, hey, your ads are doing great. We're not going to touch them. Your ads are doing great. We're not going to touch them. And the clients are like, what am I paying for? And they don't get to see the work that we're putting in, just checking their account, making sure the ads are doing great. And just like, and we do that every week. And so that's another perceived value problem. So what I am thinking is, why don't we make a service that is high touch where we do the ads maintenance with the clients on the call so they could see the work. And on top of that, we can remind them of the results that they're getting, and then we could have high touch with them. And another problem too that we have is like, if we come up with a new training or if the client needs specific help, like we have video trainings, but the clients are not going to watch it. But if we're meeting with them one-on-one, then we can just give them that training in person, or at least hold them accountable week to week. So anyway, I think there's a lot of perks. So that's one of the ideas that I have, is like coming up with a way to have a high touch service that is very valuable. So that is one of the ideas. I'm wondering if that is what they're going to suggest tomorrow. But yeah, I want to make a change. We need to make a change because obviously right now, like our churn has gone up. So we have people canceling. We have more competition. We're not attracting as many clients. The advertising campaigns that we're launching, I haven't been able to fully figure it out. Today, I actually paused the ads. So you could see here that I have this campaign that I turned on yesterday is paused. It's actually today it only generated a lead, but I paused it because I got a call booked because I'm going to be away for, I'm going to be traveling tomorrow, and then I'm going to be Friday until probably Sunday or something. I can't remember when we're coming back, but I'm going to be in Vegas. So I'm not going to have a chance to take the call. So in any case, because my schedule is completely blocked, I paused the ads for now, but actually I made a change yesterday. So if you see yesterday's update where I caught a mistake in the marketing funnel, I tweaked something and I got my first book call, but you could watch that from yesterday's update. Another thing too that I've been thinking about. So if you see the question here that I am asking, so you could see here, what is our positioning? What is our offer? So that question, again, to differentiate, how do we differentiate ourselves? That's a big problem right now. So we have a client, again, I'm going to show you here another ticket from a client that says, my Google integration broke. Can you guys fix it for me? We haven't been able to figure it out. And this is a problem that needs to be solved on a call with a client, because the client, we cannot access their Google account without them. They need to be there so that we can reintegrate it. It's super easy, but anyway. And last time they had this, they were just sent an article that is like, hey, click this, click that, you're done. But she's thinking that it's super easy to do. And so she sends like this email that says, hey, so my team is like, hey, book a call with us and we'll help you do it, instead of just sending the article. And then she says, I did that a few weeks ago and was sent an instruction sheet to fix it myself. Seriously, what am I paying the money that I'm paying you guys for? My service needs are rarely met in a timely or efficient manner. I can do the work myself if I wanted to. I just need to go to your competitors. I know you guys offer me to pay more to pay more for different services. I still don't understand how I would benefit. I'm starting to feel like this is just a money grab on your end. Seriously. Also, I can send another email or schedule another appointment that I don't have any time for. Why can't you just log into my account and fix the integration issue? I don't mean to sound so snarky, but I'm in the middle of building a new facility and we're growing and I don't have time to do the maintenance work that I already pay for. Good customer service could have saved me several emails and a ton of aggravation. If all you just logged in, took 5 minutes and fix it. It literally says that right there in the email. Sincerely frustrated, and it's the client's name. So anyway, I feel like the reason why this is happening is because of a positioning problem, a differentiation problem. So right now she's comparing this service versus this service, automation versus automation. So this is a client that has client success manager services, which just means like, hey, somebody's going to meet with you and tell you best practices once a month. But she's thinking like this is essentially like a handyman or something. Like she's thinking she's paying for a handyman to do the work for her. So this is an expectation thing. This is also a differentiation where if she, for example, for me, if I were to think about that solution that I gave you, if she had somebody that she was meeting one-on-one with on a weekly basis, these kind of complaints would go down dramatically. At least I think so, because first of all, she knows that she could talk to somebody one-on-one at least once a week. So she's not going to be in pressure. She's not going to have pressure to get an immediate response because she knows that she's going to be meeting with somebody. Second, the frustration that she has is it's also not coming just from her services. It's coming from the fact that her expectation. She's like, I'm paying for this commodity and there's this commodity here for cheaper. Why am I paying you guys more when I could just be paying less and get the same thing? That's really at the core of like what she's feeling. Is like, you guys are a commodity. Why aren't you guys going the extra mile for me when I could just take my business elsewhere and get the same commodity? And this is actually coming from a client that, like, this client has left us in the past. They've gone to another company, saw that they weren't getting nearly anywhere the same amount of value they were getting with us, and then she came back. And so I'm saying that even though she has come back, she still is threatening, like, hey, I could just be paying much less over there, which is fine. But what that makes me think is like, okay, how does our business model and our positioning need to change in order to make our clients see that we are completely different? Like, how do we make it obvious that we are super different? Not in a way where we have to educate them real hard as to why we're different and why we're not. It should just be super simple to understand. Like when you jump from a Toyota Corolla and you sit in a Lambo, nobody needs to tell you that it's different. You could see that it's different. You could feel that it's different immediately. It's easy. And that is the same kind of, like, that's how I want our perceived value to be. Super easy to see, to feel, to experience. So that is those are the two biggest things. And then from there, once we figure out our offer, our positioning, then the next question is, what is the easiest way to turn a lead into a client? Okay, so what is the best way to market? Period. Like, how do we market? What is the best way to turn a lead into a client? What is the lead journey from becoming a lead to becoming a client? What is our new pricing? Like, what do we do? How do we change these prices up? My feeling is that we're going to get rid of all these services. We're going to maybe keep these software updates and then software options, and then have a third one right here that has everything combined. So bundled up into one package that has our service, like client success manager, at consulting and at maintenance, and all of that bundled up together with our software all in one package. That's what I am thinking. I don't know the pricing that we're going to assign to that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't even know if that's the way to go. I'm just thinking that may be an idea that we may go with, or that they may suggest. I'm just predicting right here. Then, so what is our new pricing? That's another question. What do we do with our old pricing right here that I'm showing? And then another thing too is that I've been considering doing a free trial for our service because, we have a really good experience from the time somebody starts working with us to the time like we get them set up. So what we do is complicated in the sense like we got to set up their Facebook and Instagram ads, and we got to get all access to their tech. And if their tech isn't working, we'll fix it for them. We have to set up their phone numbers. We have to train them on how to use Studio Hub. We have to do, so there's many things that we have to do. And we have a really good onboarding process where we hold our clients' hands. We do all of the tech setup for them. We train them, and it's all done one-on-one over Zoom calls. And so I've been thinking, it's like, if that onboarding experience is so good, like, why don't we use that as our sales mechanism to turn clients from leads into people who do a trial with us and then into clients. So I use that as our conversion mechanism. So anyway, that's what I've been thinking. But then if we're going to do trials, like, what's the best way to do the trial? Like, do we go from an ad to a call, or to a call and explain how the trial works? Because that process, that will take me a while to get on a call with everybody. And then how do I explain the call? But if we go hire like a salesperson to do the call, how do we pay? Like, how much do we pay them? How do we incentivize them? Because it's a free trial. It's not like they're selling anything. So anyway, yeah, I have many questions, or the ones that I showed here. So yeah, that's it. That's how I'm preparing for this. I wanted to be transparent. I wanted to share what's going on in our business. I am super pumped to get these questions answered right now on Friday. Oh, I say right now on Friday. I mean on Friday. And yeah, looking forward to it. I'll be sharing what I'm learning here. So if you are interested, follow along, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.